Yours is on.
Mine is on, okay.
Why is mine saying increase? What? Go live.
Wait, I'm on it.
There you go.
Oh, there
you are.
Okay. Hello.
It's the Christy and Davey show.
We didn't commit to that as much as you did just a minute ago.
Yeah, I know. That was a bit lame,
You
wasn't
gotta
it?
give it everything you
Yeah.
got.
It's the Christy and Davey show. There you go.
There you go.
Is that better?
Much better.
There you go. Who's watching? No one.
No.
Who's watching? No one. No one. No one. I'm watching myself. Hello. How are you? Oh, cool.
Say hi, guys.
Hi.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Sherry. Good morning.
Yeah.
Oh.
Friday the 13th
Friday.
today.
I was going to say, Anyone got any creepy things happening so far for you? Or is it good for you? My mum always said that 13th was her lucky number. So for some people, 13 is their lucky number. So
Yep.
they're having a ball today, aren't they?
Well, and I feel like this energy is super powerful right now.
Oh.
We have the eclipse tomorrow. And I'll tell you, I was meditating last night and just like sitting there letting the energy wash over me.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. It was like I could feel the way that, and this is true for the collective, that all of the water that's within our bodies was being programmed with these light codes. So there's a real upgrade that's happening. And our heart, like my heart was just like expanding and opening. And so we're working on that. But I think that also can feel kind of overwhelming for people. We're going to talk about empaths today. And I definitely think the empaths, the energy sensitives are really feeling this. And that can feel overwhelming.
Yeah.
But long story short, it was a really beautiful experience because I just was absorbing all of this energy of this transformation that we are going through, that we're going to go through. So this energy will play out over the next 6
And I was
months.
feeling that last night, and in bed this morning I was like, what is going on with me?
Yeah,
so
you felt it.
Yeah, is everybody feeling that, do you think?
I think if you're aware, right, that might look like anxiety for people. A lot of times it does, because it can feel uncomfortable, these energetic upgrades. Or it might feel like, for me, it felt, once I tuned into it, it felt like bliss is the best word I could do. It was beautiful, right?
Okay.
But at first I was like, what is this? This feels like a lot. Let me just meditate and really feel into this and tune in with this energy.
I love that.
Yeah. How are you guys feeling? What are you guys feeling?
Good morning. Sorry, everyone, for that. Where are we? Joanna, hello, good morning. Desmond, good morning, my darling Barbara Ann, and Laura, good morning, good morning. I got woken up at, I think it was 6, what time was it? 6:15, with a spirit literally screaming at me.
That's rude.
I know. It really, and I don't talk about a lot of that. Because I think people think I'm just completely nuts. So I go, okay, we all know.
Do they know what you do? I mean, we're just weird.
Yeah, and I think it was John's brother, but I don't know. And it was. It's gonna make you laugh now, but it said Gigi really quick, like Gigi, really screaming in my face, and I was like, and you could feel him in the room, and I'm assuming it's a man. I felt it was a man. I couldn't see him, but I felt him.
I mean, tell him to wait for business hours. Good Lord.
Welcome to my
It's so
world.
rude.
I can't. Hang on. Heather, good morning, my love. Good morning, Amy. Jess was saying all over the place. I was so overwhelmed.
It's a ride.
It's
definitely a ride that we're on.
Yeah, and I think it's affecting all aspects of our life. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm like, oh my God, I feel giddy, I feel sick. Should I take some, headache tablets, or what's going wrong? Maybe I've got an infection.
100%.
I'm not questioning myself constantly, like, what's going on? And I really just think it's the energy or what's happening.
100%. Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah, but I keep thinking, I must have an infection, or maybe I've got another attachment or an entity around. And I'm driving myself a bit nuts. I'm driving John nuts. I'm so, oh my God, that poor man. I say what he has to what he has to bloody cope with. Tina, hello, my love. How are you? Desiree, I had to make some strong boundaries, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we're learning a lot of lessons. We are receiving so many light codes, and like in the mix of this eclipse portal, we're going to have the Arcturus gateway too. There's a lot, and I was saying in my weekly reading that there's this, the message that I got about it, the vision that I had was like floodgates opening, and so many good things that are coming through the floodgates. But if you think about how a floodgate opening within the body, whether it's amazing things or not, that's going to feel like, holy shit, what do I do with this?
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot on the physical body. I think our physical bodies are having to like adjust to the higher frequencies, and sometimes we do feel a little sick, or we do feel a little off, or have those sensations in the body.
Yeah. I mean, there was a time when the odd person would come in the room and I would say, oh, you know, you've got gifts. And then it got, I think it was around 2019, I was sort of saying it to a lot of people. Now I'm literally saying it to everybody.
Yeah.
And I feel nuts saying that, you know, you've got gifts. But I think we're all gifted spiritually.
It's true, though.
We've all got elements of this and variants of this, you know?
100%. I think so. We all came here with, and this is perfect to the topic that we're talking about, with a specific purpose and with specific gifts and different ways that we receive that. But we all have spiritual gifts, psychic gifts, intuitive gifts that we're here to bring into this world. And I'm finding that as the planet ascends, people are tapping into that more. So that doesn't surprise me that you're seeing
it's all the time, and everyone's going, I'm affected by this, I'm affected by this. I mean, we're so affected by other people, and that's what we're going to get onto today, isn't it? Really? The effect that other people are having on us, because you will go, you know, I don't think we've ever taken that into account of how being in the room with somebody is really like, it really matters who that person is.
Yeah, I mean, and everything, like people, places, and things.
Yeah.
Like those dolls that you hang around, that you hide around the office.
I don't. She's just.
They've got a vibe.
Tina's saying, I'm seeing shadows at the sides of rooms. Absolutely, Tina. Welcome to our world. And, you know.
I see sparkles. Like, that's the fun part about connecting with the angels, is it's more like sparkles. And
sparkles.
Their vibes. Sparkles and love.
It's really weird when I see a lot of visions, as you know, and I close my eyes and I see lots of things, and it's like how it was this morning. It was like kaleidoscope, you know. It's the same kind of image, but there's loads of that picture. It's almost like something's broken up. It's really weird. So I was seeing it, but in all different like variants, almost like a kaleidoscope.
So that's like interesting that you say it like a kaleidoscope, because I feel like part of what I was feeling, especially with the heart center opening last night, I saw it as like a mandala, right? So there's like those symmetrical, for those of you guys who don't know what they are, like those symmetrical images that are meant to connect and trigger things within our subconscious mind, like unhook things within our subconscious mind. Okay. But like I could see where the energy would be using like a similar structure to that to present to you, right?
And
it's like that sacred geometry stuff.
Yeah, and I was like, this is crazy. It's almost too giddy because I don't know which one I'm looking at. So and then I'm like, okay, let's go back in again, and then I'm seeing it again, and it's all like what do you call it? Like octagons, like all kind of. It's bizarre. It's bizarre.
Yep.
Llewellyn, good morning, Bonnie. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Bonnie, my darling.
Hello, Pooja. Stop selling things on my page. Yes. Don't give this person your money.
Pooja, what are you doing?
Don't contact Pooja's WhatsApp, please.
She's
not me.
She's not you. No, I'm waiting for my ones.
So, for those of you guys that don't know or haven't noticed, we get a lot of scammers that either pretend to be us or will comment underneath. For a real reading, please contact my WhatsApp at blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, it's not rude at all, is it? Real reading. Kathy, good morning, my darling. Good morning, good morning. Well, everyone's watching us.
Morning,
and look, there you all are. There you all are. Are we all working today? Some people have got it off. It's a full day for us. I know that after this. So we're going to be talking about a lot of things, particularly about being an empath and what does that mean to you? What does the actual word? A lot of people think they get it, but I don't know if they really do get it, because I think it's so intricate and so involved. I think that word's really thrown out there a lot on Facebook. I see that a lot. Oh, I'm an empath, or empath. But really, what does it mean? If you could describe it to everybody, what does it really mean?
Yeah, so first of all, so many people that we connect with are truly empaths. So if you feel that you're an empath, hit us with a yes in the comments, or like a little raise your hand emoji.
I think we've all got elements of it, and we've all got variants of it.
Yeah.
Even if you think, oh, I'm not.
Qualities.
Yeah, well, of course you have, because you feel everything. Megan is saying, good morning, happy to catch you live today. Thank you, darling. This may go in and out of, please stick with this if it's going in and
Sometimes we create an energy and the technology doesn't work.
Oh, no, it goes into like Dalek. So keep with us, and don't switch off. Just keep watching, even if it's like annoying the heck out of you.
Stay with us till the bitter end.
I rewatched it, and I actually got fed up watching it, because I was like, I can't watch this, because it was like, and I was going in and out of like this Dalek
like,
voice.
Was it Max Headroom?
Yeah, Max Headroom, yeah.
That's us.
Megan's saying, yep. So if you're an empath, tell us how, you know, how that affects you, what sort of, you know, maybe you can give us some experience that you've had. So
I didn't understand what that was for a really long time.
No, I didn't either.
And that came on the other side of my spiritual awakening. There was like people starting to talk about this concept, and we're like, what's that? And I didn't understand, but I'm an empath through and through. Like, I was that little kid whose parents would be concerned about me because I would be crying for the other kid at school who had this situation that was happening. And I was always crying. Always.
Oh, me too. Isn't that funny? Yeah, me too. Really?
I remember
me too, yeah.
watching Charlotte's Web, and I like couldn't function for like 3 days. Do you guys remember that?
I read the book and was crying. Yeah, there you are.
Sobbing. So like that stood out to me. And just like always this understanding, whether it was kids, adults, whatever, of what other people needed from me, or what other people were feeling, where they were at. And I always say that being an empath really is a superpower, because it allows you to deeply connect with people, to deeply understand people. And if you've ever been on the other side of somebody who's not empathic, which we all have, you understand the value of that, like of being able to be on the receiving end of that, and to be able to offer that. So many people here are these helpers and these healers, and to me that's like a big part of what an empath is.
Absolutely. I think, and it's knowing that, and knowing how we can control that rather than it control our lives.
That's the key.
Because I think that so many people, myself included, I get so overwhelmed with this.
Yeah,
because
it's hard.
It's constant. People, what does Tina say? Sorry, darling. Lisa, hello, love. Tina saying, yes, I feel the energy of those who are close to me. I can feel when my husband is down or worried. Absolutely. Kathy, yes, I believe I am. And everything will affect you from... What can I say? I always tell people, you know, if we go to, say, I don't know, Cracker Barrel, who are not sponsoring this, but if they want to. If we go to, say...
hit us up.
Yeah, hit us up. If we go to Cracker Barrel, the woman that's cooking the food, if she's going through an emotional time while she's cooking the food, the emotion from her goes into the food. And when the food arrives in front of us, we eat, and we're eating that emotion that will affect us.
Absolutely.
So if you think about going to someone's house to eat, and you know, afterwards you get in the car and you go, I don't know why I'm suddenly so depressed or something. It's because you've taken on the energy, and there are
literally ate their feelings,
because it's a sensitivity. Basically, that's what it is. It's that you are a sensitive, and I think they used to use that word a lot rather than describe someone as like a medium or a psychic. They would say they're a sensitive, and so that's because you're picking up on everything.
And what's like, so we could take that even a step further. So we'll use the Cracker Barrel example.
Yeah.
Let's say you go to the Cracker Barrel with a friend, and some of my super empaths will be sitting there trying to decide what they want to eat. and they even order first. So let's say you and I are there, maybe I order first. I might order the exact same thing that you had intended to order without us even having that conversation.
Wow.
And it might not even necessarily be, if I really tuned in with myself, what I truly wanted.
So you're taking someone else's stuff.
Yeah, like it's like the energy can influence you.
Absolutely, absolutely, and particularly if you're with somebody who you're married to or you're dating, who you're very, very connected to, and you're literally following. It's like, oh, we're so similar, we're so connected, because you're literally taking on all of that person's energy, every single thing, and it will affect you. What is someone saying here? Hang on, Gina, hang on, Kathy, yes. Hello, Amber, my darling, and can you to explain something to me? I've been seeing Egyptian. You pronounce that word, hieroglyphics when I sleep. Is this a sign or something? Definitely a sign. Definitely a sign.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And look more into that. Look more into like Egyptian deities and maybe some kind of meditation, some kind of, I don't know. What would you say? I
think that our spiritual journey is meant to be fun and meant to be an adventure that's unfolding. And so when you can take a look at that stuff and go, oh, like I'm getting a clue, you get to be like a psychic Indiana Jones, right? And like figure things out. So with that, what I like to do is like when I'm getting a clue coming through, then I'll say, okay, God, I've got this and I'm wanting to understand this more. Can you show me more? And as you just like invite in, whether you call that God, the universe, whatever, that divine help to help guide it, you'll start to get more and more information. But let it be fun, because what I find is that people get so caught up in, I want this answer and I want it now and I want to know exactly what that is. And like, honestly, the spiritual journey is like one question leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. And like every question leads to like even more questions, and that's what we're meant to be doing. So we want to let it expand and unfold. So with that, I would just say, let it be fun. Let it be an adventure as you explore that, because that's really, really cool.
I mean, for my kind of connection to Egyptian and Egypt, really was just meditation. I keep meditating on it, and a lot of finding out what my connection was with that, And Kathy, yes, I believe I am. Well, hang on. Oh gosh. Kayla, hello, my darling. I think that's it for me so far. What else was I going to say to you? I'll give you an example though. It's really weird. It's that I was having like this pain through this finger here, like where my wedding ring is, and I thought, well, I don't know what's going on. And then I spoke to my friend who said, I said, I think it's arthritis. I think because it was really throbbing and really affecting me. And she said, what finger? And I said, it's here. It's like on my forefinger, my wedding finger. She said, well, what's going on with John? And so I said, John, what's going on with you? Like, what's happening? And the minute we spoke and we started to release a lot of what he was feeling, the pain went from me. How crazy is that? So it's like I was taking on, and it literally was, my body was giving me a sign of what it was causing that it was in where my wedding ring was. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, but that's your body is your greatest intuitive tool, right? And a lot of empaths will get physical stuff, awareness of things that they need to be aware of. So sometimes it's emotions, but sometimes there's a physical feeling.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it's too that we can like absorb or mirror other people's physical pain too. So it doesn't have to just be emotional pain.
No, I mean, I always say to people, because everything's got an energy and a frequency. Like everything from from my drink to, this stone here, everything's got that. And when I do a lot of clearings, house clearings and things, which I've actually taken a bit of a pause on, but the amount of times I went to the house to clear, and we went into the bedroom and I would say, oh my God, there's things on this bed. And they'd say, yeah. I said, where'd you get this bed? Oh, it's an antique bed. Well, duh. Where do we park? Where do most people pass? In a bed.
Right.
So, people don't think. They grab these antique things, they bring them in the house, and they've got attachments because they've got
I don't like
energy and the connect. You know, it's got a vibration, so people don't even think about that.
I've
you know?
had some people show me objects that they found, whether it's at an antique store or one time someone contacted me. They found something that like they dug up from the earth, and it was this weird, creepy wand, and the energy on it. She was so excited. I felt really bad, and I was like, you need to like take that and bury that right away because you're going to absorb all of that energy.
Oh, absolutely. You guys know that where I live what was a graveyard, and they didn't remove the bodies. So we know where they are. Don't go there. My life. You can't write my life. I tell you, it's crazy. And
take it out with the bodies underneath your house.
And we were talking to his mum, and she was she was planting a tree, and she hit one of the caskets. And I was like, okay.
Wait.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I know where they are in the backyard. That's the interesting thing, is I know where these caskets, because I can feel it. That's another thing, I can feel it. And so, you know, when I moved in 2015, I didn't even know about being an empath. I was just walking around the backyard going, ooh, when I stand here, it's really weird. I can feel something. When I stand over here, it's weird. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we feel those energies. It's like these people that have the deer heads on the wall. I'm not knocking that, but they've all got bloody energy. They've all got. I can feel. I love going to someone's house with all the deers on the head, on the wall, and I go around touching and going, oh God, can you feel this? And they go, what? I go, give me your hand. And we're going over the deer head. And then they go, oh yeah. And I'm like, there you go. You can feel the energy of this.
Because people can, right? It's not just us that feel it. And I know you guys know what we're talking about. Or do you ever like just walk into a space and you're like, whoo, feeling something here. And it can be good stuff too, right? It's not all bad stuff. It can be like, oh my gosh, like the vibes are immaculate in this space. People tell us that a lot here at the Clarity Center.
Yeah.
That, like, I just want to sit in your waiting room, you know, and that's because we have worked on a lot of things in terms of like programming the energy, even all throughout the waiting room, because my intention for anybody who steps foot in here is that they're receiving healing, whether they're, you know, coming for that or not, you know, that like the healing begins right in the waiting room. And they receive that. Yeah.
And you talk about that because if you ever walked into a store or a building or someone's house and you're like, oh, I've got to get out. Oh, I don't know what, it feels funky in here. What's Lisa saying? Yeah, I take on energy of my environment due to being a mental projector.
Hey Lisa, I'm a mental projector too.
And me too. There you go. I need a house clearing. Yeah, okay. I had to take them all off the wall. They didn't feel good to me. Yes, Joanne, don't have those things on the bloody... Hang on, I'm missing oh yes, I feel the energy and woke in my mother's house. Yes. And you know when people really annoy you, but you don't know why they annoy you, is because you're taking on that energy.
Yep.
I used to say it was that you can read a room. Like you walk into a party and there's someone you just know you're not going to like. And you don't even speak to them. You just walk in and you're like, I'm not sure about her over there. And you're taking on her energy.
Or even like you'll recognize, like a lot of times we do it unconsciously, we'll take a step back.
Yeah.
You know, or move ourselves out because you don't want to stay in that energy, right? Because we have an energy field around us, it's like a bubble.
Yeah.
Our aura. And so if we're in someone else's energy field or they're in ours, we want to take that step back.
Exactly.
If that isn't feeling good, you'll see that relief will come with that.
And you'll find all that. And Rose I love what Rose has to say. Where are you, darling? Hang on. Agreed. The energy can be positive or negative. It can be related to their health, physical, spiritual, emotions. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a perfect
absolutely
description. Yeah.
Hang on, I'm losing people's things. Oh look, I'm so slow on it. Oh, Chelsea Burgess, there
Hello,
she
Chelsea
is.
Burgess.
Chelsea Burgess. Look. But how can we change that? Like, so okay, we walk into, say, my mother's house. My mum's passed, but I'm talking about the lady there that's talking about her mum. And you just get this funky kind of energy. How can we change that for us rather than not go back? Because
we turn around and run away.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the solution. That's it.
You've got your mum ringing you going, you never come round. And I'm like, no.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
You know, because I think that, like, honestly, we do have to face this stuff. I think some people are in this place where they focus and talk a lot about, like, oh, good vibes only or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think we can get into a place where if we start to avoid that too much, then we're doing what I call spiritual bypassing, where we are not really doing our spiritual work. Like, at a certain point, that's not good vibes, that's avoidance, right? And we're meant to learn how to master and manage our energy fields.
Yeah.
By the way, I have that class up just recently up in my membership at Clarity by Christy. I'll put it in the comments.
Yeah, please do.
But we need to learn how to master our energy field. And I think an important place to start is just being really intentional with your energy even before you go in. So if you know every single time that you go into your mother-in-law's place that you're going to feel like shit when you leave.
Because you know she don't like you.
Right? We can feel that
Yeah,
stuff,
we know
right?
someone don't like you. You know, and it's not, they don't even have to say anything.
Exactly. So I feel like a great place to start is to do a daily bubble of light. I have a meditation for it that I'll share.
There you go.
Yep. That bubble of light around you. I always set the intention I'm letting the good vibes through, because that's the great part about being an empath. And I, I release the negative energy, so I'm choosing to not take that on. So that's a really simple but powerful step to take.
For me personally, I have to be fully aligned. And I know it sounds a bit cacky, but that's the end. The whole light thing for me, just I'm in and out of that. Sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not. So what I've been concentrating on, as you know, we've had those conversations, is really fully aligning. That means letting go of a lot of things, really kind of coming to terms with a lot of my past and stuff, so that nothing is going to really get to me, affect me. Once I'm in that kind of like that base place, that level place of just where I'm solid. So and then because I'm faced, as you know, as we both are, we're faced with a lot of light and dark. You know, the people that come in front of us, and particularly when I'm dealing with like murder cases and missing people and all that kind of thing, there's a lot of dark attached to that, and it's going to affect us. And I think that's a key thing being an empath, is knowing that, you know, why am I feeling like this, and what have I just done? Who have I just passed? Where have I just been? Yep. Is that the cause of this depression, or the cause of why I'm feeling in this funk? Is it something to do with where I am? Yeah,
that awareness.
Because I don't think we do. I've never done that. If I look back on my life and I go back on all the kind of key elements, I go, oh my gosh. I lived in this place, I lived in Charing Cross Road in London, and I just thought I was in a really bad relationship, and it was just, it was whatever was going on. But now I realize it was the building. And because it was like, the building was from like early 1800s. And so I was taking all the energy of that. Yep. It's full of spirits, a lot of children's spirits in that building as well. I don't know what the connection is with me and kids. It's constantly. But and then I wasn't doing anything. But I was sitting there so in and out of depression, and the relationship was horrible. Yeah, it was horrible. What's this? Yeah. Hang on. Rose is saying, for me, it's going to be the second reaction. Others' energy can also be a mask for other issues, can take time to get past the first reaction. Of course, sometimes the first reaction is the real reaction. Being comfortable and safe in my own energy is critical for maintaining my balance. Absolutely, darling. Yeah,
I think part of what you're talking about, and part of what that comment is saying, is that alignment of your energy field is the ultimate energy hack, right? So whether you're an empath or not, when you focus on raising your vibration and doing things that just fill you with light, help you to feel good, where you're taking care of the mind, body, and soul, on a consistent, regular basis, that's going to help you to navigate all of those energies.
I think the deeper you get into it, the more you kind of open that Pandora box of it. So I think if had I maintained, not actually going into my spiritual life from where I was in England. And I think I would have lived in this kind of ignorance and kind of just taking it down to, I'm having a bad day.
Oh, yeah. I think that's so true for
and I think a lot of people.
That
they don't, we don't Kathy was saying something there. Kathy, sorry, hang on, where is it? I try not to let it bother me. I go with a positive attitude and make the atmosphere, where is it? And make the atmosphere light and fun. Doesn't always work. Lisa
it doesn't always work. It's true. Like, part of this is a growth journey and a learning journey as to like what works for you. But I think she's tapping into something that's really important, and that's like your mindset. Like, what are you feeding with your thoughts? So we're going to use the mother-in-law example again. You know, what are you saying to yourself all the time about your mother-in-law? And can you start to change the narrative, the story that you're telling yourself in your head? That doesn't mean that you're not having those experiences, because those are very true, right? But we know that thoughts become things. And so if you're continually feeding the energy, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking, this is, you know, the way that it is, then absolutely that's the way it is. And it's the way that it's going to stay until you start to say different things to yourself, like, my relationship with my mother-in-law is improving. That might be an option. You know, if that's someone that has to continue in your life, or that you have to continue to interact with, or my energy is getting higher vibrational by the day, and really like focusing on that thought and feeding that thought, that's so much more empowering.
Absolutely. And I think we can change people, but in terms of like where we are, in terms of like where we live and objects, and, you know, that's when, you know, I think you've got to be aware of that and how it is affecting us. Like, for example, you know, I get people that are coming out of divorce, or they're splitting up with their partner, but they're still living amongst all that. You know, they're still sleeping in the same bed.
I lived with my ex-husband for 4 years.
I think the key thing
after we split
is to get rid of a lot of the thing. You know, it's not a cheap solution, but you will be affected by that. You'll be affected by living in like your ex's stuff, and
100%.
You know. And I find that I always say, well, look, you know, buy new pillows if you can. You know, if you can buy a new mattress. I don't know. It's even move the bedroom around.
Yeah, start
like
to
paint
change
the
the
walls.
energy.
You change the energy, because we're absorbed in all of that. And I think people don't realize how objects do affect us.
Yeah.
What's happening to me now, and I think I've had this conversation with you, is I'm affected by the books in Barnes and Noble. So I go into Barnes and Noble, it's like I'm losing my mind.
All right, we need to go to Barnes and Noble together.
Because it's like I'm like, I'm feeling the energy of it all.
I just want to watch the process.
It's horrible. And I picked up a book the other day, and I took it home, and I can't even open the front page. So it was Apothecary. I don't know. It's about this poisoner in 1800s London or something.
So it's like, are they like fiction stories
Stories,
okay?
But I'm affected by the writing and isn't it weird that would affect me?
But it's not, because like words are energy, right? Like thoughts, words create energy. It's actually one of the most powerful forms of creation is to use your words, or to put that down into writing. So it makes sense that it creates an energy, whether that was something that was real or not. Because like, first of all, like, what even really is real? None of this is actually real.
No.
That's a topic for another dive.
But can I go back to when I was in London? And again, I always say that, you know, I've got so many lives, and one was I wasn't really, you know, I come from a very spiritual family, but I was not tapping into it really properly, and on the professional level, no. And I remember, what year was this? It was about 2007, 2008. And I went to the Tate Gallery in London. And I remember I was standing, I walked up to it was a Jackson Pollock. And oh my God, my head, I was in such pain, and I couldn't breathe, and I was like, and so my then partner had to get me outside, and he said, we need to call an ambulance. And I was like, no, I'm okay. Because when I went outside, I was okay. And he said, well, I said, I want to go back in. He said, are you sure? And I said, yeah, I want to go back in. I went back. And it turns out that Jackson Pollock died in a car accident, and it was a head injury. So I was taking on the energy of the painting. And I didn't even realise what was going on. I just thought I was having a mad half hour.
And I think this happens all the time.
Isn't that crazy?
To all kinds of people, and we don't realize that. You might even think about circumstances in your life where all of a sudden you just got hit with this energy, whether you called it energy or not. You got hit with an energy and you receive that. And we don't go, I just got hit with an energy, right? Like, let's say we take on, we are at the Cracker Barrel and our meal is being served by somebody who just like got really pissed off at her boss, right? And she's coming, she's putting our plates down. And so we're receiving that energy. We don't like think, oh, I'm really pissed off at that waitress's boss.
Yeah.
We start to think about things in our own life, or we get easily triggered about things in our own life, like that we feel angry about. And we don't go, oh, like I just took that energy on. Typically, if we're not, you know, if we're really paying attention, we might, and which is, I think, a really good way to handle it. But a lot of times it just comes in the form of our own anger or our own anxiety or whatever that energy was.
Yeah. And I think, you know, it probably sounds all doom and gloom, but it's not. There's, you know, I actually love having this, as you do, and as most of you do. You know, it's who I am now, and it's you know, but it's knowing that that is who you are, and how that then affects your life and how you move forward with this. You know, because it's just being aware of it. I think because you can't go back. We can't go back. Once you're there, and that I think that should be good to get onto Lightworkers, don't you? So we mentioned that we're going to talk about Lightworkers,
and I think like it all blends together too. So you know, like you can be a light worker and an empath and an earth angel and all that, which is why I included all of those. And there's so many different labels. What's happening right now on the planet that I think is important for us to understand is that the planet is ascending, right? We are here and alive during a really important time where the planet is receiving more light, processing more light, and us by extension are, because our bodies are actually over time physically changing. That's what, I mean, that energy last night, that was a big part of it. But our bodies are slowly but surely physically changing in order to be able to carry more light. And there's a whole plan for all of this, right? And part of that plan was to send the light carriers onto the earth. So everybody who's here on earth was carefully curated to be here right now.
I love that idea.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, that is really nice.
One day I was like complaining to the angels about it, and I was like, why is life so hard? And I was just like in my feels, and they basically handed me my ass, like in a super loving way, but basically said, do you have any idea how joyful you were and every other human being that's on this earth right now was to come to the earth during this time? This was like the great ticket. You know, this is the big show. And so it really helped me to shift my awareness into that gratitude rather than like, oh, woe is me, the earth is hard and all that stuff. Yes, earth is hard, but we came here for a reason. And so these light holders or light workers or earth angels, all of these different waves of people and different types of energy came here to earth with the intention of holding light, first of all, building their light, second of all, so working on raising our vibration, and bringing the energy that is love onto the planet. In my opinion, that is the second coming of Christ.
Absolutely.
Is the Christ energy through all of us.
I love that.
Yeah.
I know, you know, it's all about love. I've always said it's all about love. Can I just say this room is so full with spirits? It's making me go nuts. Do you feel that all around me? Do you feel, oh my gosh, it's like, okay.
Lots of angels
they're
here
trying
too.
To, they're trying to connect to you guys, and I'm bloody ignoring all. Sherry's saying, I don't know what's happening, but my phone just went ping and you guys froze. It happened last time. Yeah, it's all spirits.
Sorry.
It's
Christopher and Nicole. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Sorry, my phone is like further away. So it's hard for me to read the comments.
Mine too. My phone did same thing. Like, everyone's phones are freezing. I'm so sorry. It's because all of the energy. It's all the energy loves.
Yeah, but that's what energy does, right? I have some people when I'm like working on their energy fields, my music like will not function.
No.
And it's like the combination of the energies. What is
that? I don't know. It's just sort of frozen. I think for some people it's freezing. So
my life, okay.
Christy's life is doing better. Okay. Yeah, mine is like I think what it is everybody's coming onto it. And because the spirit come to me wanting me to deliver 1 million messages. It's going nuts, you know?
Yeah.
Dang, I've got to move to a different live. Okay. There you go. Oh, that's
so,
interesting.
you know, I'm glad that you said that, because
Yeah.
I think that's an important piece of like being sensitive to energy, which fits with like the Lightworkers, the Earth Angels, the Empaths, all of the special energies, the light-filled energies, is that concept of, yes, we have gifts, yes, we have abilities, but there's real value in learning how to set your boundaries with that too, right? Because like as we set boundaries for that, the energies will support it.
Absolutely.
Right? And so as like the energies that you're working with learn, like when I'm doing these on Fridays, like that's not for the intention of delivering messages specifically, that will settle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you.
And that's like, so when you're an empath and you're not wanting to take other people's energy on, just setting the intention that you're raising your frequency and that you're not willing to take on energy in the way maybe that you used to be.
Oh.
What'd you do?
What did I do? Oh no, I've turned it around.
I will put the YouTube version of this up too later.
What have I done?
You gotta flip it. I don't know.
Oh,
this.
Oh, there you go. There you
This is
go.
gonna be right on my nose.
There you go.
Yeah,
So is it unfrozen? I don't think it's unfrozen. So I don't know if I need to start again.
It looks like it's moving. I think we're good.
Yeah, we're okay.
It says like, mine always gives me a notification.
If you can watch this if you're watching mine, you can watch it. Actually, let me know. I don't think anyone's.
We're gonna get a better system.
Yeah, it's because of the bloody phone, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
so
it's all a bit nuts. Oh, there you go. I'm so glad you're here today. I hope all is good with you, Dave. My appointment with you today got cancelled. I'm looking forward to seeing you in November. Yes, darling. Thank you. So sorry. Rose, you are good. Absolutely. There you go. So it's all starting to work.
Working.
I said to you, I felt them all coming in. They really just want to deliver messages, and that's not what I'm going to do today. But can we get onto these angels then? And what was it?
Earth angels.
Earth angels. So what is an earth angel? Explain these
So
to
an
my
earth
people.
angel is another form of a helper, a healer here in this world. Earth angels tend to be the physical embodiment of an angel. So people tend to think like angels are their cross loved ones.
Yeah.
Like in my experience, that's an entirely different energy.
Yeah.
Angels are God's soldiers of love. They are an entirely different, I really have to find a better word for this, but still haven't, entirely different species than cross loved ones, people who were human. But now here on earth, because this is a special time, we have a lot of earth angels that are here on earth. So these are people who are the embodiment of that angelic energy that have been angels prior to this on the other side.
And do we know this? Like, are they walking around knowing they're an angel?
Sometimes.
Or are these people
But there's still the veil, right? Where we have been like forgotten.
Is there a lot of people like, normal people? I say normal people. Like, I don't know, Judy down the road could be an angel and just doesn't know it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, there you go.
So they tend to be very much empaths, like because I consider myself to be an earth angel. We can be just very connected and compassionate and empathic to other people. Another way you can recognize somebody who's an earth angel, number one, they tend to be really drawn to angels. So if you're somebody who has a lot of angel things and stuff like that, sorry, I get distracted by the comments. Like that, you might be an earth angel. These tend to be like the really, like the helpers or the healers in this world. And a lot of times I feel like angels look like what you would imagine an angel to look like too. Like they're people that you just like feel drawn to, like very like kind eyes.
They collect dolls.
They collect dolls and hide them around offices.
They drink Diet Coke. What else do earth angels do?
Well, of course, all earth angels drink Diet Coke.
They eat chocolate. They come in
They
and
do
go,
eat chocolate. Chocolate is a really great, like it can be a really great quick tool for grounding your energy. And a lot of all of these categories of these energies truly like can feel like, oh, it's hard for me to manage my energy field. And so one of the ways to ground is to eat something heavy and sugary.
I'll say that to John.
Yeah.
I'm grounding
just grounding myself.
I'm grounding myself.
Yeah.
Just ignore me. Oh, Gertrude Hawk.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And I go like this. And now
Funded by
I've got an
Empaths.
excuse. I'm grounding my energy. Yeah.
Now,
Go to
it's
Dunkin'
not
Donuts.
it's the fastest way to ground your energy, not the best way.
Sitting there with a 12-pack of donuts. I'm grounding my energy. Just ignore me. I'm grounding my energy.
But so many people are sensitive to energy. I mean,
Yeah.
like my way
No, I
will go
hear
up
you.
and down based on like how much energy I'm processing at the time and how I'm doing at filtering my energy, at balancing my energy. You know.
So that probably is why, you know, I have put on 90 pounds in a year, is I'm trying to sort this energy out and I'm feeding it with whatever it is that's
and we're constantly receiving these upgrades in the meantime. Like during the past 3 years have been upgrade.
Do you notice how I've blamed my weight gain on energy? Did you hear that? Anyone out there?
It's partially true, you know?
I'm fat, but I've got me, and it's about my energy. It's not my obsession with food.
But it's true, right? So when you learn how to balance and manage your energy field and you get better at working on raising your vibration, some of that stuff kind of settles.
Yeah.
In the meantime.
Do you, I'm missing so many comments. I'm so sorry, darlings. And Rose saying, I love that. What she said.
I'm going to read this comment because I'm saying, so Nicole's saying that she's been told that she's a starseed. Is that the same as an earth angel? No. And I didn't, there's so many different categories. So I only put like 3 of those, but like basically there's this whole collective of super energies that are here on Earth. And they can be so many different things, but one of those things is star seeds. And star seeds is like a big category. There's lots of subcategories underneath that of people who have lived many of their lives on another planet, that they come from another star system, for example. So like you hear like the Pleiadians and the Arcturians, and so we have people who have lived as an Arcturian you know, in past lives, many past lives, and they have come here to bring their energy, because it's all about getting different types of energies in different places right now. That's part of the plan. So Earth is basically this big energetic melting pot, basically.
And that's where that's what I think the connection is with Egypt. Yeah. I believe that is you know, star connections. There's no way those pyramids were built. Yeah. By hand. You know, so I do think, and I think there's all, you know, because what's his name? What's that? Atlantis. Atlantis. Yeah, it's supposed to be under the heel, isn't it, or the foot of one of the in Egypt. What's it called? You guys know what I'm talking about. They reckon that Atlantis was there, or there's keys to that. It's all underneath it and stuff.
Well, so, there's so much evidence that talks about like just like these pyramids all over the place, and there's evidence of that, like pyramids that were built even before they thought that there was any kind of ability to do that. There's a lot.
There's enough. That's another subject, Nicole. And I love it though. It is fascinating. Could you be both? Do you think you could be both?
Yeah.
Or could you be an earth angel, and could you also be, as Nicole said, a star seed? And
just like people can have a blend of different cultures, we can have a blend of different backgrounds, energetic backgrounds. That's why I'm saying like Earth is such a melting pot of energy. Yeah. And so we can have this blend.
I think that's what's going on with most people.
Because I think I have Earth Angel, but also some starseed. Like I have connections with Egypt too. Yeah. My primary guide is actually, she looks like Elizabeth Taylor when she was Cleopatra.
Oh, there you go.
Like very similar.
There you go. Mine's Isis. So I get like, okay. Yep. Yeah. So there you go. So we're all connected. I love it. What's interesting, still holding on to the energy you gave me when I last saw you. Some days it's hard.
Oh, we got we got another scammer on my page.
Oh, have you? Or is it me?
Let's see. Tommy James. Message me now for your reading, beloved.
Oh, beloved. I love that name. Beloved.
This is just a little tip for any, like if you ever get a message from Davey and I that says, hello, beloved, or grand rising, dear soul, it's not us. We'll never reach out to you to try to sell you anything.
Can I just say, I once had a woman that...
We're not that thirsty.
When was this? Back in 2020, I think it was. I had a scammer on one of my lives, and she paid so much money because they said, give me all this money and then I would protect you and all. I was like, that don't even sound like me. But anyway, she thought it was me. And she put all this money into this account.
We'll never do that to you guys. Never.
No. So please don't give them any money. Where are we? Rose here. I was thinking it was just a great song. I love it. I think, was that about I know, Rose, explain what you meant by that.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you know me, I can't multitask in my subjects. I'm
floating out of my body talking about all of this stuff.
My mum was really good at that. She could have like 100 different conversations going at the same time.
Oh, not
I
me.
can't. I lose it.
Like, I even see the comments coming in, I'm like, focus.
So, are you feeling then that you are an earth angel? I mean, now we're talking about it. Do you have someone around you that you go, oh my God, they definitely are? Message above it. Oh, I get you, darling. Okay. Rose, are you an earth angel then? Would you describe yourself as an earth angel? I think maybe you are.
There are even people, like, it's kind of fun, I think. This is just a fun game. I like to make everything fun, right? Yeah. But to, like, look at people, because a lot of times the way that people physically present will tell you something about their energetic origins, right? So I think that sometimes starseeds have a presentation that you might imagine would be connected with a starseed. An earth angel, like I said, looks very like angelic typically. Kind of
with
innocent.
With bushy eyebrows.
With bushy eyebrows.
Sorry,
I don't
carry
know.
on. I just like taking the piss, you know I do. Just carry on, sorry. I always do. But I know what you mean.
Yeah, but there are even energies like leprechauns, leprechauns embodied. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm weird, but it's true. It's true, right? And have you ever looked at somebody and you're like, that's a flippin' leprechaun? Like, you can tell. You can tell.
I'm trying not to be sarcastic with some people that come in. I go, you're definitely a leprechaun, you. You're definitely Bigfoot.
You can see
seriously,
or people who are like embodied like fairies and things like that. There's a look.
I remember this was really this is interesting. When I left dramas, because you know I was an actor.
She moved over to your page now.
Oh, Tommy, piss off, love. Where are you? Hang on.
How do you do that? I don't know.
Lock Tommy Joe. There you go.
But God bless you. May you find a light-filled way to make money.
I remember when I was working in this store when I left drama school, and I was, in between work, as you do. And I remember this family came in, and it was a dad, and he had 3 kids. And I've never seen eyes like it. And it really got me, when it like chokes your breath. Like, there was something kind of freaky. It was a really weird colour of their eyes. And it really, really freaked me out. And they were all I don't know, even now to this day, I go that they weren't human. There was something really, and it's almost like they knew it, because the way their movement was and stuff, but their eyes, do you think that that these people do know that they are, like, there are actually, do you understand what I'm saying?
Some of the malevolent energies, I believe, do. Like, some of them, like the reptilian. I mean, we have that too. Yes. Or some people are just, walking around like without necessarily having that same veil, and they're more clear on that mission and things like that. Yeah. Or I think that we have extraterrestrials that are walking around that look close enough to human to pass, but like you can pick up on some of those little things.
I hope to God I never really properly come into contact with one of them. I don't know what I would do. When was this? About a year ago. I came in contact with somebody who was a very dark kind of fallen angel. And it was really was horrendous. And I remember it was longer than a year, about 2 years ago. And it really did shake me up, because it was so obvious to me. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is what's going on, and this is what this is. And it was very challenging, because I'm light, like you're light, we're light. Yeah. And when you come across someone that's very, very dark, it's hard, isn't it?
It feels really heavy.
But Sylvia Brown used to say there's you got the whites, you got the blacks, then you got the grey. The people that are grey.
Yeah.
So what is that grey energy? What is that?
So I think that at the foundation, almost everyone present here is light. But I think that over time, over lifetimes, over experiences, sometimes we can, as we're trying to navigate this earth, pick up a lot of negative energy. And if you're not intentional with it, you can pick up more. And I think sometimes it moves people into more of that gray area where there's a real heaviness to their energy field. Underneath it all, are they still a child of God, a child of light? Yes. But there's a lot of clearing and releasing that has to happen. I'm a big believer that that's very possible, with intention and with some work to be willing to do that.
Absolutely. So can you get very ill being an empath? Can it literally make you end up in the hospital?
Sure. Yeah, I think so. Especially if you're not setting boundaries with your energy field. To me, that's really, really key. Right? So I'll see some empaths, and I used to be more this way, just wanting to rescue everyone, take everybody's stuff on, come to me with your stuff, and I'll do that. I'll help you with this. I'll help you with that. And it's we come here to help each other, and that's a beautiful thing. But there also has to be a boundary with that, and I also think that it's very possible to help people without being willing to take their energy on into your energy field.
So many of my people, and I'm pointing to you. Yeah. You do everything for everybody, and you take everybody's energy on, and it really is affecting you. Because we say, when we're ill, we don't say what's wrong with me. We say who is wrong with me. And I'll stick to that. I really believe that. And I think that, but do you think that you're one of these people where you're taking everybody's energy on? Are you doing too much for everybody else? And some people say to me, yeah, but Davey, if I don't do it, there's no one to do it. I'm looking after I've got a family. And yeah, you're right. I don't know what it's like to have kids and I've got step grandkids and things, but I don't know. And I know a lot of you are juggling everything. You're juggling 2 or 3 jobs. You've got kids. It's a lot. So you're taking all that stuff on, but you've also got to figure yourself into this, I think, isn't it?
Well, I also think that it's so key to understand that you have a life path and that they have a life path. And this is tough for me, with my kids, to know, they've got their own plan, they've got their own path. And while I'm a part of that, I'm not here to do that for them.
Yeah.
And we're not here to do that for everyone. And in fact, I think that sometimes when we get into that place of rescuing, doing it for them, carrying it all for them, that you get to a place where you actually are harming people on a spiritual level because you're interfering with their free will, with their plan for what they intended to learn, how they intended to grow. And I think about just throughout time, I've been having my kids work on doing more things around the house and stuff like that. And I like it done a particular way. Yeah. So I have had to catch myself because I want to rush in and do it instead because they don't do it the way that I want them to do it.
Yeah.
But I've been recently trying to take a step back with that because if I don't let them struggle through it, they're never going to learn how to do it.
Absolutely.
And so I'm doing them a disservice. And I think that we do that for people when we carry the energy for them, or when we rescue, or when we enable. I mean, it's an enabling on a certain level, and so it's important to keep that in mind.
Hang on, someone's bloody calling me and texting me. I do apologise. Thank you for sticking with me because I'm sure this is going in and out and sticking and everything. But we're talking about empaths, as you know. And it's wonderful. I love it.
It is.
Yes, I love being an empath. I personally love being an empath, though it has absolutely driven me up the wall.
So what are your favorite parts about being an empath? Let's cover that.
The fact that I'm aware of it and I feel everything. And, that I am that much in touch with who I am and my spirituality. And I don't like the way it can make me ill, can make me very depressed, or, and I'm up and down, and, in some ways I always feel like I've got bipolar because the energy is up, down, because everything does affect me. But I love the fact that I am this, you know, and that I'm aware of it. I think that's the key thing for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and when you get, I'm able to get somebody in the room and I know exactly what they're feeling, because I just, you know, whereas somebody sits down, I'm now just taking that time to just read their frequency. And I think there was a time when I was doing readings where I instantly went into reading them and not actually taking my time of breathing in who they are, their energy, their frequency, their vibration, because, you know, as an empath, you can read that. Yeah. And actually take your time. Yeah, what a gift. And to take your time with that with people. Yeah. And I always used to say, you know, it's your intuition, it's your gut feeling on things. But I think it's because we really are, we're so empathic that we're taking on the truth of who that person is. We're just feeling it. So you know if somebody's lying to you, you know if somebody's, I don't know, cheating, you know if somebody is good or bad, you know if someone's being honest, you know if someone's you know if someone loves you or not. You just can feel it. If someone really likes you or not, they're, you know, and I used to say it's body language and that, but I just think it's just that we're feeling it more. And I love the fact that I can pick up on that. Because I used to say I used to say to people, I'm such a bad judge of character. I really believe that about me, because I so would like get hurt by people. But I don't think it was that at all. I think it was just that I was taking on their energy and, you know, do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. One of my favorite things about you is your warmth. And I don't think that you could be as warm or operate from your heart center in the way that you do if you weren't an empath.
Well, that's what I said about you.
It's such a beautiful gift. It's such a beautiful gift. Yeah.
I love that. And I love that we have that connection.
Yeah. And I like about being an empath myself, just like that ability to feel that from other people, right? We can tune into heavy energies and negative energies, but we also get to tune into all the good stuff, because Earth can be challenging, but there's so much good energy here. There's so many good people. There's so many good energies to choose to tune into. I like to think about it like a radio dial. Like, let me adjust to the frequency of these energies that I want to feel. And you tune it in, and as an empath, you can do that more easily. And you're going to just connect. You're going to plug in, and you can receive that. It's incredible.
And I think
like I did last night with my meditation. Yeah.
And so most people who are in relationships, that's basically what they've done, is they've attuned into each other's frequency, their energy. Interesting, isn't it?
There's like energetic cords a lot of times within couples.
It's interesting, isn't it? And so when that person leaves, as in, i.e. they pass, they die, what happens to those energies and those things? Are they still connected energetic, like on another level? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yeah. So that's probably why grief is so hard for us, because we're still connected.
Yep. And if we can like take that and flip that to the good part of that, because everything has that duality to it. The good part of it is, like, I will see that when you've been really connected to somebody on Earth and they cross over, that we can receive through those cords those energies.
That's amazing.
Right? Like, and it's like, it's kind of like an energetic telephone to heaven.
Yeah, so there's still, in many ways...
And they can send us energetic downloads more powerfully than if we didn't have that.
So in many ways, they're still alive.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they're never gone, just different.
I love that.
Davey has shown all of you guys that.
And who's that? That's Robin is saying, oh my God, I'm so related. I feel everyone's emotions the minute I meet them. And when I had a reading with you, you honed in on that immediately. Being an empath can be exhausting. Absolutely, yes.
So tuning in and part of what I really want to encourage everybody to think about is like, how can I use this to be empowered? How is this a superpower? Yeah. How is this going to help me to make my life better? Because it's not something that we want to feel bad about. I get it. Like I've been there so many times, and I still go there so many times where it's definitely a challenging thing. But more than that, it's an amazing thing.
It is. Yeah. Dory loves my top. Yes, Dory, for you, doll. Isn't it lovely? Yes. You know me. I always put my different t-shirts on, but this is a special one today. So yes, love you. Lots of love to you, my darling. And I hope Dal's getting better. Because he had an operation on his knee. His knee's leg, isn't it?
Aw,
yes.
Sending him healing energy.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we talked our ear off on Empaths, haven't we? Is there something we've not covered? Yes. Everyone's like...
I mean, like, we could talk for, like, days and not cover things. But I do want to say, I think that Davey and I, we love doing these videos together, so keeping out, we're gonna just keep doing them.
Yeah, I love it. And we had last week, we did the first one in a long time, and we had 17,000 people see it.
That's fun.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Fun. Thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you for tuning in here. We always love to hear, even if you're watching this after the fact, comment. Let us plug in, because it just helps us to all feel connected to one another.
Absolutely. And I think keep it real. I think that's what me and you do, is just keep it real. We're just real. I mean, I don't go around thinking I'm anything special. I'm just some crazy North London boy that, sees dead people. I mean, what more do you want? Like, you know what I mean? And I think that's why I've been on such a journey. We've all been on journeys, and I've always said we've been on journey. Life is a journey, but it's embracing that journey, isn't it? And I think we've all got connections to angels in many ways. A lot of people want to feel angels. So can we talk very briefly on how we can connect on a deeper level? We can do this as another subject.
Yeah, I want to definitely do an angel video, because angels are kind of
just very quickly, how can we connect to angels? Like, so... Joe blogs out there, how are they going to connect to angels?
And this is the empaths, like, this is one of those things that you'll be able to feel better than anyone. With angel, like, people overcomplicate everything.
Yes.
Everything, and myself included, right? You just have to ask. Just say, angels, I want to connect with you. Like, it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to even be out loud, although I think the vibration of the voice is that much more powerful. But I want to connect with you. And even more importantly, ask for help. From the angels, because a lot of times they're sitting there waiting for you to ask for help. They can't always intervene unless we're asking for help. But you can take it a step further, especially as somebody who's really sensitive to energy, and just say, angels, I would like to feel you. And I've had that happen during sessions where there's so many angels present, and I just get that message that they want for that person to feel them. And it's such a beautiful moment, because usually that person is crying. I don't even have the words to explain what their energies feel like, but it's pure love.
I'm feeling
it's
I'm feeling they're poking me.
But the thing is, like, I'm talking about angels, so the second that we talk about angels, we call them in, just like with with all of their crossed loved ones. But thank you. Can I just quickly ask you to explain to people what you do here? Because we didn't do an intro.
We did do an intro, and just explain, because I'm so slow.
So I am a psychic, but I'm also a licensed mental health counselor, a life coach, a hypnotherapist, and I've always seen myself as more of a helper and a healer than a psychic. So what I do is I bring all of that together to offer a service that I call soul therapy. So it's basically intuitively led life coaching. So I like to do the work with people. I like to help people like the empaths, right? If they're like, I don't know how to get my energy under control, I help people to learn about their energy field, master their energy field. I help people to work through the stuff that they have going on to get from where they are to where they want to be. So it's a little bit different every single person, every single session, but we're basically working on getting them from where they are to where they want to be.
So how would they can you put your details on my site so people can contact you?
And we're both at the Clarity Center together too.
And you know what I do. Psychic medium.
Well, I mean, talk about you, because maybe people don't. Maybe this is their first time.
People come in and I give them readings, and I a lot of it, I do feel, sometimes I feel like a bloody counsellor, because I'm like, but I love that aspect of it. I love being able to connect to people and try and help people. It's tricky and a lot of responsibility, but I do love it. I love connecting with you guys, so thank you.
And I think that your style is that, that there's very much a counseling energy with it. So you're delivering those messages, but it's again like kind of some of that work. Like, how do we
Well, I think, you know,
use what's coming through to help you in your life?
I remember going to psychics when I was younger, and Nicole, thank you, darling, saying the best psychic medium I've ever met.
Aww.
Never been wrong, you know. I said thank you, Nicole, darling. I really appreciate you saying that. A lot from when I was younger, I would went to psychics. My family, you know, that's what they did, and they would just deliver facts like boom, 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 and it's hard to kind of. I just didn't want to take that approach to it. I wanted to make more. I wanted to be more fluffy and warm, and like, you know, it is hard. It is.
Well, I think like when somebody throws a bunch of information at you, like that's in part why like I shifted into the soul therapy stuff, is because like I want to take that information and like, okay, so like what do we do with it, right?
Yes.
And I think you do a little bit of that with your stuff too.
I think I do.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to evolve because we're always evolving. I mean, even now, I sit and I say to myself, well, like, where am I heading with this? Where are we going with this? Like, is this me now till I'm 60? Like, is this it? And I'm not knocking it. I just know that it's got to keep evolving. It's got to keep changing because that's how we learn. That's how we grow. You guys know that. So, you know.
Yeah, Davey's got some things evolving.
Yes,
I feel it.
Well, I'm you know, I illustrate and I write kids' books. So, yes, keep your eye out on all of that.
He's just like gifted with all the things.
I love being creative. But it's just finding bloody time, isn't it? Because when I get home, the last thing I want to do is sit and draw or colour or you know, and you know, I just veg out in front of the TV. Can I just say, we all been watching the Beckham thing on Netflix?
I haven't watched it.
Oh my God, it's just absolutely brilliant.
Is it?
He is wonderful.
Yes,
oh my gosh.
God bless him.
I've got a bit of a crush on David Beckham. So
don't we all?
if he is watching this, look at me. If he's watching this, oh my God, he's so like OCD on his clothes. Did you all see episode 4 with his wardrobe? It's absolutely incredible. He's so like, I'm like, wow. He could not live with me. I would drive that man bonkers. Oh my God. I was like sitting there going, oh my God, to be that together. Oh yeah. Oh, what an amazing life. What an incredible life. And I actually like her. You know, she lived down the road from where I grew up.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I knew her as Victoria Adams. She went to a different dancing school than me, but we knew of it. Like, I knew of her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I feel like there's either you've met so many of these people, or there's like 1 degree of separation.
Yeah. Well,
between you and so many people. It's
bloody
amazing.
4. I'm a woman, aren't I? You know, and I just, I'm a silly old cow. And, you know, well, I was in show business for such a long time. So I did, you know, I did 5 West End shows. So I connected with a lot of people. And, you know, I did a 2-year college and I did a 3-year college. So I kind of, I've done a lot and, you know, slept with a few celebrities as you do, but that's another program. As you do, but not David Beckham. Not David Beckham.
I would be real impressed.
Oh wow, yeah, I would be impressed with me if that. I tell you what though, there's one coming up in November on Robbie Williams, and I don't know if you guys know who he is. He's a pop star singer from England, and yeah, there's a story there, and yeah. And I actually, when I lost my weight, it was around what year? And you know, now I'm really kind of, you're going to think I'm fabricating, but I used to look a bit similar to him when I've lost my weight. And I once got chased all the way through a train by this group of girls, thinking I was Robbie Williams. I had to hide in the toilet. That's a true story. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There you go.
I thought that story was going somewhere else.
Not with him though. That's somewhere. I wouldn't be talking live on that. I could get sued, you know. Oh my gosh. So yeah, there's a story there.
That's funny.
Yeah. I was a pop star for a bit, and we got into the top 100 in Australia, and then we were dropped. That was the end of my pop career. Yes.
I love it.
Healing emotions, maybe. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Oh, 72. Look, 72 people. Thank you.
Thank you guys for being here today.
Yes.
We love you.
We love you.
If it was glitchy, I have this up on my Facebook too, but I also have the YouTube copy of this that should have that all like where it's not glitching out. So if anybody wants to come back and watch it again.
Yeah, please do. So remember, you can go onto Chris's and probably watch the better version of this because mine's going crazy. I've got to change the bloody
We're going to find a system.
You guys, when I was going live every day, I broke 3 phones. 3 phones went nuts because of the energy. Seriously. The guy thought I was like doing something. I don't know what he thought I was doing to these phones, but I was like, no, it's not me.
Just like
it's still the dead people. You know, duh. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning, my darling. Thank you for tuning in. Look, everyone's kind of coming in as we're bloody pissing off. But what's Nicole say? But it's more of, as of late, and I've been practicing 2 years. I love that. Absolutely. You know, I think energy is just amazing. But it's knowing how to handle it.
Mm-hmm. I think that learning about energy is really helpful too, because it just gives you power and tools to use to master your energy field. And I think that's like, to me, if you can master your energy field, you can master everything else physically, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually. So that's really key for anyone, but especially for the energy sensitive.
And you're not going mad. You're not going mad. You're not going crazy. It's just that you're an empath.
Yeah, especially right now. This energy is woo. And tomorrow is the eclipse, so get ready. I mean, prepare yourself.
So what's that going to, very quickly, I know you talk about that on your side.
I always feel like my heart's going to explode on eclipse day. And we always have 2 eclipses together. So we'll have the solar eclipse, and then a couple of weeks from now, we'll have, with the full moon, we'll have a lunar eclipse. That's just how it always works. So there'll be an eclipse portal, and that tends to be a period of time where there's a lot of change, shifting, transitions. It basically, I would say eclipses have this way of picking us up and putting us down on the path that we're supposed to be on.
I hear you.
But that can look really scary on a human level, or really exciting. And I think like the best thing that you can do is to go with the flow. But physically, a lot of times I feel these eclipses a lot. And so coaching yourself through that. Of course, if you feel like there's something medically wrong with you, don't go, oh, just the eclipse, and like not get help. But you know, if you're noticing these sensations and it feels intense in the body, ask yourself, is this just energy? Because that's part of the tool to empowering yourself, is understanding how you respond to energy, how you respond to eclipses, how you respond when there's a retrograde. And that's why I do my weekly reading every week, where I'm talking about what's going on with the energy, so that you can learn how you respond to energy and empower yourself.
Nicole is saying, gas stations where I live are selling 3D glasses for the eclipse. There you go.
There you go.
We should have an eclipse night.
I remember one day I did try to go outside for the eclipse with some glasses, and the energy was so strong. I felt like I was going to puke, and I'm like, I ran right back inside.
I went in with John, and we couldn't find anything, so we went in and we were like, what's going on? We went back in.
So sometimes it's too strong. For me, it's sometimes too strong. But just be easy with yourself. Listen to yourself.
Take it easy on yourself. Little song as we go. So thank you so much. I don't know how long we've been on.
I don't know. Probably too long.
At stage, you're welcome, loves. Clear off.
They're going to start to play that music like that they play to get people off the stage.
We get one of those, what do you call it?
The hooks.
The hooks, and it like, or the gongs. Remember the gong show?
Can we have John just stand off to the side with the hook? And when we're starting to get stagnant, just pull us off.
He's probably in the car. Hang on. What's it? Nicole saying, Lowell, that's why I kindly declined to the soul clock. I was like, I might be hiding in my bed and resting. Absolutely, Nicole.
That's how it is. Yep.
Yeah. No, we can't. No. Yes.
All right, we're gonna stop now.
Go. Yeah, we're gonna go. Thank you so much.
But we love you all. We're sending you all love and light. Let this eclipse season bring you into some really magical places.
Absolutely.
I think it has all the potential to do that.
And thank you so much. And we love you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. See you soon. Bye-bye.